Kappa League TV.
Hey noobs, Kappa Leaguers, and Kappa League parents. I'm John Marshall Jones, and welcome to Season 2 of This Week in Kappa League.
My name is Hunter Goins from Decatur Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Luke Williams.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Joshua Hardy.
You're watching Kappa League TV.
You're watching Kappa League TV.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaden Jones, here with St. Louis Kappa League, and you're here with Kappa League TV. We are celebrating Black pioneers who are greatly and positively affecting the St. Louis community. They come from a variety of careers where they are impacting the communities in all different type of ways. So we want to say thank you to those 4 pioneers, and in a minute, in a couple of seconds, you will see these interviews. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Jaden Jones with Kappa League TV, and I'm here with Mrs. Amadou. Mrs. Amadou, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your contributions to the St. Louis community?
Absolutely. So I'm a mom of 3 amazing sons, Kylan, Kashan, and Kaleo. And at one time, I was a teen mom. I was, a bit lost and confused. And after my first 2 births, I declared that I knew I should have been treated better in my pregnancy and birthing experiences, and I knew I deserved better in life as a Black young woman. So I took my life into my own hands and in a different direction, found different care providers, which are midwives and doulas. I invited them to be along the journey with me in giving birth to my 3rd son, and it worked. So I had a very victorious and beautiful birthing experience, and it changed my life and gave me the strength to help other women to birth empowered. So after that, I went to Ghana, West Africa, received a vision to create a birthing village while becoming a midwife, and I was able to successfully become Missouri's first Black certified professional midwife in 2019 and open our first Black-led midwifery clinic on Juneteenth of 2020. And I've helped over 400 women become doulas, and I'm currently helping to train Black midwives across our nation today. So,
wow. Well, congratulations to you for all those achievements. Can you tell me how those birthing villages, how it relates to our theme today, victorious people?
Absolutely. When we think about Black midwives in our community, they've been doing this work since antiquity. But during enslavement, a lot of our, ancestors were stolen. And some of those ancestors were midwives, and they were used for their skills because our people were unfortunately treated like cattle. So midwives were used as healers, as doctors, and to help deliver babies, not only for us, but also for the folks who enslaved them. And post-slavery around the 1920s, there were policies and laws that were passed to criminalize Black midwives who had helped to birth the nation. So they stripped these amazing women and prevented them from practicing in their community. And we went from having over 15,000 Black midwives across the South to little to none. And so since the 1920s, our birth disparities have gotten worse for Black people. And now today, we know that it was safer for our communities to give birth in the early 1900s than it is today. So I am victorious because I am bringing back a lineage of Black midwives who were forbidden to practice. And not only am I bringing that back, I'm bringing other Black women along with me. And at the same time, I'm helping Black families to stay alive and thrive when they are birthing in a system essentially that wasn't made for them. So we're victorious as a people, and we're rising and growing in numbers as Black community birth workers.
Mrs. Coder, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your contributions in the community?
Sure. Happy to be here with you today, Jaden. So my name is Gina Calder, and I'm the president of the BJC hospitals in St. Charles County, so Barnes Jewish St. Peter's and Progress West hospitals, and we are doing everything in our power to make sure that the communities we care for are strong and healthy. And so some of my contributions in the community, in addition to making sure that our community is healthy and strong, is also making sure our community is well educated. So I sit on the board of the St. Charles Community College Foundation. I also serve on the board of the St. Charles Economic Development Council, and I serve on the board of the Master Services Corporation for the Missouri Hospital Association as well.
That is amazing. So can you tell me how your contributions in the community connects with our theme today, A Victorious People?
Absolutely. So it reminds me of something that my dad used to always tell us when we were growing up. We had lots and lots of love, but not necessarily a lot of material things. And so he said to me, poverty stops here. And so as a little girl, I didn't quite understand what that meant, but he said it with such fervor that I came into agreement with it. I took that mantle up. And so one of the things that I have experienced in my own life in terms of victory is the opportunity to move from one generation of poverty to now a generation of wealth. So I'm the oldest of 4 siblings. We have 8 degrees between us. We have 5 healthy businesses, 2 very fulfilling careers, and young families that are growing. So very excited about what we're able to do, and I believe the same can be true for anybody else who wants that victorious life. And so part of what I love to do in the community is really encourage young people, especially young people of color, to reach for whatever their aspirations may be, and I'm there to help make sure that they're able to achieve their dreams.
Chief Sanders, can you tell us about what you do in the St. Louis community and just a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely, Jaden. First and foremost, I'm extremely grateful to be here today, receiving this honor as a pioneer in Black history. When I set upon my career in law enforcement, I never intended to be a pioneer. I just wanted to be a really good police officer. I've wanted to be a police officer since I was 5 years old. My experiences with law enforcement were not necessarily the same as many African American people have negative experiences with law enforcement. I actually had very positive interactions with law enforcement because I grew up in a house where there was a lot of domestic violence. And the police came, and my experiences were positive because I knew that if they had not come, things would be worse for everyone in the home. They were able to separate, restore peace, they were always professional, they were thoughtful, and I thought to myself as a very young child, I want to be that for someone else. A lot of times in crisis, people forget about the most vulnerable people in the midst of it, and that's the children. So I knew that at an early age I would be a police officer. As my career continued to evolve, I started to win awards and gain recognition for saving lives, Officer of the Year, Meritorious Service, for just honorable mentions in the St. Louis region, specifically Normandy where I work. And I liked winning. I thought it was nice to win as a woman. I would oftentimes find myself being the only woman there gaining recognition for doing anything. And there are not very many women in law enforcement, so I knew that I was going to make my mark as long as I was there and not just speak for Black women, but speak for all women, that we're capable of doing the job and we're capable of excelling and oftentimes doing just as well, if not better, than the men that were there. I was really honored when I was named as Chief of Police of the Normandy Police Department, and even more so honored to learn that I'm only the 2nd Black female police chief in all of St. Louis County. So I'm one of just a couple, but what an amazing milestone.
Yes, and that is an amazing story, a story that could inspire many. With you being a chief of Normandy Police Department, can you tell me how it relates to A Victorious People?
I don't believe there should be disparities based upon the division of a street or where you live. I believe that all people are deserving of quality of life. So my position and my platform gives me that ability to lead an organization of men and women to hopefully bring those opportunities and that quality of life to minorities, and I think that that's a victory.
That is great. Thank you for your insight on the Victorious People. Again, this is Jaden Jones here with Kappa League TV. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joshua Hibbert, and I'm with New Brunswick Alumni Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV.
Please introduce yourself for our viewers.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Larnie Booker. I'm a general pediatrician at Advocare New Jersey Pediatrics, and I'm an assistant clinical professor in the Department of Pediatrics at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital.
What is the purpose for this event today?
Well, we're glad to be here today because we want to do a promotion about breastfeeding. 1 in 4 mothers breastfeeds until about 6 months of age for their newborn. The recommendation from the American Academy of Pediatrics is exactly 6 months. So only about a quarter of mothers who are breastfeeding are able to do it for that period of time. So we want to provide information for parents, we want to encourage them, and we want to help close some of the gaps that we see in the disparities in women of color with breastfeeding versus the national average.
Why is breastfeeding important?
So breastfeeding is very important in that it's the primary source of nutrition. All formulas are made to imitate breast milk, not the opposite way around. Breastfeeding is also important because it improves the health of the infant. It also improves the health of the mother overall. And so we want to continue to have women be in their best space, be in their best mental health, physical health, and also have their children be in their best health as well.
Why are the numbers as low as they are?
Well, overall, breastfeeding is a little bit of a challenge for some moms. Some kids are born right away and they are able to latch very easily. Some kids are born premature and they don't have the ability to breastfeed initially. And so there's a lot of different factors that go into it. Some people are just not comfortable nursing. Like I said, it's not easy for every mother. So the more information we can provide, the more support we can provide, the better the options will be for mothers who want to breastfeed.
What benefits does breastfeeding have over formula feeding?
Well, you decrease the number of ear infections and lower respiratory tract infections in infants. You decrease milk protein allergies or food allergies in infants. But for mothers, you decrease their blood pressure, you add to their mental health, you decrease obesity. And while some mothers think that breastfeeding is the best way to avoid pregnancy, it's not a full-fledged measure. So I would advise mothers who are trying not to have kids not to use breastfeeding as their primary source of birth control.
What would you say to a mother who is having trouble breastfeeding?
So really important. It's important that they have the resources that they need. There are lactation consultants available at your local hospitals and within the community. The doulas at a lot of the OBGYN offices also provide breastfeeding support. And then there's groups like La Leche League that provide resources. So it's really important to discuss your breastfeeding desires with your OBGYN as well as with your pediatrician, and that way any issues that develop can be managed. One of the more common things we see is babies who have oral tethers, so whether it's a lip tie or a tongue tie, and those affect the way the baby latches onto the mother's breast. So we want to be sure to address those issues so that breastfeeding can be successful.
Dr. Booker, thank you for your valuable information.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad we could be here today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chase Cope from the Cary Kappa League of North Carolina. I'm going to be educating you on the legacy of an amazing Kappa named John Singleton. John Singleton was born on January 6, 1968. He attended the University of Southern California and graduated in 1990. While there, he was initiated into the Beta Omega chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. In 1991, the first feature film to credit John Singleton as a director premiered, named Boys in the Hood. The movie was a massive success, making over 10 times its original budget, and later that year was nominated for Best Director. John Singleton then became the first African American to be nominated for this award, as well as the youngest person. The success of Boys in the Hood led to John Singleton writing and directing many more films. Let's enter my John Singleton Maverick Museum, and let's take a look at some of these films he's directed. Come with me. These films include Poetic Justice, Shaft, Too Fast, Too Furious, Higher Learning, and even a Michael Jackson music video called Remember the Time. Well, welcome back from my Maverick Museum. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, sadly, in 2019, John Singleton passed away from a stroke at the age of 51. Some fun facts about John Singleton include the fact that he considered getting a degree in computer science before deciding to go into the film industry. And Boys in the Hood was inspired off of his own life, and he made it as a project in film school. The original name was The Summer of '84. In conclusion, John Singleton was an amazing film director who managed to share our culture with people all across the world in his wonderful stories. He was an amazing Kappa and inspirational for many people. I hope he'll be remembered in history books as a legendary director.
What's up, guys? Again, thank you for watching. Guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Kappa League TV.
There's 4 types of people in the world. Those who watch the game, those who play the game, those who don't know the game is being played, and last but not least, those who change the game. Game changer. I'm a game changer. Yeah. I ain't come to play the game, I came to change the game. The difference between you and I, we don't think the same. Every day I chase the purpose, I don't chase the fame. The reason we ain't the same, Mr. Hodge ain't your name. I ain't come to play the game, I came to change the game. The difference between you and I, we don't think the same. Every day I chase the purpose, I don't chase the fame. The reason we ain't the same, Mr. Hodge ain't your name. You wanna live